Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You're watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCG.com, where we get together every week to get you ready for Wednesday. This week we are getting you ready for September 9th, 2015. And because I was reminded of it, yes, the year has flown by. Guys, I am Chris. This is my co-host Randy. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com. Tons of great stuff hitting this week. But first, before we dive into that, I want to bring some attention to our documentary that I announced last week. The description is down below. Clint Hanna, one of our Texarkana store regulars and friends of the store, did a fantastic 20-minute documentary on Excalibur, Silver Steel, the Excalibur story, the origins of Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, watch it down below. It's a great documentary. You find out a lot about the store, about Randy, myself, and Chris, and Dale, and everybody that's been involved with Excalibur over the years, especially Dale. Great documentary. Check it out. Have fun with that. And thanks to all of our new subscribers and listeners. We really appreciate it. We've had a bump in subscribers and listeners here recently, and we can't thank you enough. We enjoy getting together here every week, whether it's me and Randy or Buzz and myself, and we talk at comics and just have fun with it. And we want you to participate as well and just have fun. So if you're listening, come by to YouTube and hit that subscribe channel. If you're on YouTube and you are more mobile and need to listen to it on the go, then download us on iTunes or Stitcher and have a great time with that. We really appreciate it. So guys, let's go ahead and dive into some new number one, starting with my man Randy.
Yes, this is the big comic that's coming out this year for Marvel. I don't know. They had the Secret Wars come out. Still have some number ones. But we have Journey to Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Shattered Empire, longest title ever, number one.
Huge.
That is number one of, I believe, 4 that's going to be coming out. And with this, we have Greg Rucka at the helm. And he is going to give you the first Star Wars canon story that we will have had taking place after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And spanning the gap, letting us know what has happened after that point in time, the destruction of the Death Star, going into what's going on with The Force Awakens. So this is canon. This is actually what happened. So pick it up. It's going to be something you don't want to miss, especially if you have been enjoying everything that we've seen Star Wars related. I know I have. I loved the little teaser, getting to see who the mysterious opponent of the Sith Lord with the lightsaber with the crossguard.
Yes.
Who that was. That was awesome, because it's totally unexpected.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility for Greg Rucka, I would think.
Yeah, I would think. Hopefully, he's bringing his A game.
Yeah.
That means he's bringing his Lazarus game.
Yes.
And not his Veil game.
No, please don't, Greg, please.
Because I love Greg Rucka, but I mean, sometimes, I mean, he admitted it with Veil. He said this is either going to turn out great or it's going to be a total hot mess.
Right.
Right. It may have been a hot mess.
I finally got to catch up on Lazarus, too.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Thank you, Greg.
Whoa.
Good
the
stuff,
intensity.
Man.
It's like, you have heart problems, take your pills first.
Seriously.
Or keep the night, whatever, right there, right next to you. Because that was intense.
That was intense. I had no idea where he was going with that, how far he was going to take that. But yes, anyway, Greg Rucka, Marco Cicchetto, have fun with that. Shattered Empire. There's other stuff going on, and Star Wars has apparently been killing it, obviously, for Marvel, from what I've read and seen. Moving on, guys, another new number one coming from Image Comics this week, Faster Than Light, number one by Brian Haberlin and Jared Van Dyke. We get to take a look in the very near future where humanity has reached the capability of faster than light travel, and now the universe is wide open to us, but are we ready for it? I'm going to say, given our track record and all the horror sci-fi movies I've seen, that we're really not ready for it. So this is not a horror story per se, but we get to take a look at the sci-fi aspect of that, and we get to explore that here with humanity's first adventure into the stars with faster than light travel with this series. So check that out, guys. It should be very interesting.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you if you've noticed, or anybody else out there has noticed, that Haberlin really likes to work with those artists that do the computer animated art. And he does that a lot these days. Just a little something I noticed.
Maybe it's a speed thing.
Maybe it is. I don't know. It's that seems almost like specifically what he intends to work with these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, also from Image Comics, we have Head Lopper #1. This is brought to you by, let me see, Andrew MacLean, who is from, he just gave us the ApocalyptiGirl, really hot graphic novel there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a couple of words here that will get you prepared for this: action, adventure, fantasy, and decapitation.
There we go.
Those are the 4 words that you need to know about this series. If you like Orc Stain, then this is probably going to be right up your alley. King City, any of those comics like that, this looks like it. It's going to be a quarterly comic that's coming out here. So, ongoing, probably for a year, with it being quarterly.
There we go. Guys, still celebrating the S.H.I.E.L.D. 50th anniversary. We get Quake S.H.I.E.L.D. 50th anniversary #1, a one-shot hitting this week. We're looking at a family reunion, it looks like, with Quake. And we get to find out why she is such a perfect agent for S.H.I.E.L.D., but also the Inhumans get involved with this issue as well. And we find out how far Quake will go to accomplish a mission. So there we go, guys. Another one in the anniversary there.
Another one-shot that's coming out this week from DC Comics is Harley Quinn Road Trip Special #1. With this, you have Harley, Ivy, and Catwoman. They are burning rubber across the USA and probably creating a lot of mayhem or wreaking havoc across the USA while they do this road trip. So, those are your #1s.
There we go, guys. Some fantastic ones to check out. Some we're definitely looking forward to. Those are the #1s. Moving on to storylines. We have several things continuing, starting off with DC first. We still have the Truth storyline going on through Superman and this week's Action Comics 44 hitting this week. This is where the arc really gets to reach its finale as Superman makes some brutal choices and discover who the Shadow Warriors are, or what the source of the Shadow Warriors are that he's been facing in this series. So we get to find out more with this Truth storyline this week.
And it doesn't necessarily reach its finale there, because it reaches its finale in Batman Superman #24. And with that one, you get to see, choices being made and the true fate of Batman. I don't know exactly what that means, but and that, the decision that Superman makes from, I guess, that discovery, we'll have to figure that out, because it's pretty cryptic right now.
Exactly. Come on, guys. Come on, DC. We know that in Batman Superman, you're not going to make any major super choices as far as Batman's going. That's going to happen in Batman with Scott Snyder.
The only thing that may be a choice that's affected by that is, they've said that you may see him back in costume a little quicker than you thought, because DC's not too fond of their sales so far this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
There we go, guys. That's your DC storylines. Much speculation there. But moving on to Secret Wars, because we got a ton of Secret Wars stuff hitting this week. Starting with another long title. 1602 Witch Hunter Angela #3. Woo! Got it out in one breath. Here we go, guys. Hitting this week, Secret Wars tie-in, obviously, in which hearts rend and heads roll. We get to take a look at the Enchantress prophecy as it affects Angela in this issue. And also the forces of the fairy as they close in on Angela with what's going on with the storyline. Be sure and follow that and check it out.
In A-Force #4, we're going to find out who is the traitor in A-Force's ranks. I kept it simple.
Do you have any speculation?
Lady Loki.
You think it's going to be that obvious?
I think it's going to be that obvious.
Okay.
And that just begs the question, like, why would she do this? So
yeah, there we go. Guys, one I'm really looking forward to, Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows #5. All we got to say about this is the Parkers versus Regent. Look, guys, quick aside. This has been a great series. I know some of you have chimed in before when I went on my little aside before. Looking forward to this. This has been a great Spider-Man story. Dan Slott has been killing it. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit hesitant about what's coming later on in October and stuff because of how well this has been. And I think it's been a great. I know we don't have the Fantastic Four anymore.
Yeah.
But as far as like a family story has been going on, this has been fantastic for me.
Yeah.
And so we get to see the Parkers versus Regent with this issue. Looking forward to it. Yes, yes, yes.
Probably the most important thing that's coming from this, I think, is that people are showing Joe Quesada, maybe he was wrong with his whole thing that everybody wants to see the single swinging Peter Parker. They like him back with MJ. Also coming out is Civil War #4. You have Tony Stark face to face with the true enemy.
Okay.
And we have General Rogers trying to end the whole Civil War shebang.
That's been a very good one, too. Moving on, giant size, little Marvel, Avengers versus X-Men, #4. Avengers versus X-Men versus Guardians of the Galaxy. What else do we got to say? If you've been reading this book, you know how much fun it is. Another bombastic backyard brawl like you've never seen before. Have fun with that, guys.
Cool. Korvac Saga #4 comes out, and with this we see that there is a power, something that is so powerful it may be even more powerful than Lord Doom, and that is Korvac himself.
Oh.
That means that Simon Williams, Wonder Man, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, probably all going to have to try and do something to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But that could all be playing into Simon Williams' hand there with wanting to overthrow that particular realm.
Nice, nice. Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos.
There are a lot of long titled.
There are, man, all of them, like 20 words. Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos #4 hits this week as well. We get the battle royale between Shiklah and Dracula for the monster metropolis. Nuff said. There we go.
Nice. In Miss Marvel #18, we're going to find out what happens when Kamala Khan has some downtime and gets to actually realize it's the end of everything.
Oh, yes, there we go. Planet Hulk #5 hits this week. If anybody has been reading this series, please tell me what you think about it, because, man, has it been teasing something fierce. Anyway, we get, it looks like we get finally a battle here with Steve Rogers and Devil Dinosaur against the Red King, who Rogers has been after since issue #1, and what he has done to Bucky. So there we go. There's no escape. It looks like there's a little bit of Planet Hulk inside all of us.
And a little spoiler, turn your volume down right now if you have not read Planet Hulk. But I'm going to say this. I think that the Brainiac Hulk, the one that's helping Steve, is Bucky.
I got that impression too.
I think it is.
So, I mean, that's really all yeah, that's what I got. That's kind of what I thought too with the last issue.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
there we go.
See. Bring the volume back up.
There we go. Bring it
All right, we've got Red Skull #3, and with this one, we're going to find out if the Shield can survive the attack from the Red Skull's crew, and we're also going to see if Magneto's mind can survive all the madness that's been happening here.
Exactly.
So,
I like
lots
that cover.
Of questions.
Yeah. Secret Wars 2099 #5 hits this week. An ancient evil appears with the hopes of destroying the Avengers once and for all. Also, Roberta gets to find out about her dual identity as Captain America, which has been kind of interesting. So, guys, there we go. Hey, I think it's the last one right there, bro.
Yeah, finally in Siege #3.
Oh, the shortest title yet.
We have the Shield under attack by under siege by an enemy that is particularly close to home. So we're going to find out exactly how that affects the people defending the wall.
Yes. Yes, I don't care how much of a rip-off or whatever people are saying it is of Game of Thrones or whatnot. I like the wall. I like the Shield context in this.
It's been probably just enough of a rip-off, but it has been really good. I've enjoyed what they've done, particularly, with this book, but with most of the books there. I've really enjoyed it.
Yes, very much so. And guys, it's a ton of storylines.
Yeah.
A ton of stuff in this week. So guys, there you go. Tell us what you're getting. Tell us what you're looking forward to from the storylines. We're going to move on to our favorites now. These are the comics, are the first comics that we read the week they come out, the top of our stack. Randy, go ahead and tell me about yours.
There are tons of books coming out, and I just really had to whittle it down to a few with this. One of them that's coming out, Harrow County #5. With this, we see that Emmy has accepted what she is, and she's beginning to form a bond with the land, but there's something wicked and horrendous and evil across the county lines. Yes. So we'll get to see exactly what that is. Beautifully painted, and possibly my favorite book to come out this year right now.
Wow.
Right now.
Good.
Another one that's up there with it is Suiciders number 6, and we get to see the Saint completely revealed, what's going on with him. And let me see, Stranario, however we want to say that name, gets what's coming to him. I don't know if that's going to mean victory or defeat. But Librahima killed it on this series. This is the end of the first arc.
Okay.
So begin with another arc probably around the beginning of the new year.
Cool.
So he can catch up on drawing everything. But great books.
Great stuff.
What about from you?
For me, Injection number 5 hits this week. Love what Ellis and Declan Shelvey are doing with this series. In this issue, we get to see Maria Kilbride actually go underground to save a man from the sound of the haunted future. Yes, love. And even though Randy joked about it a couple weeks ago that he's writing Planetary Great again, Warren Ellis is killing it with this series. I love it. I love the concept and how they're handling it, even though there's similarities.
Yeah, my only big complaint is I feel like Shalvey's kind of downgraded his art a little bit from what he had going on Moon Knight.
Yeah?
I liked his art. I thought it was a little stronger on Moon Knight than what it's been here.
Okay. I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, but I thought there was a little more to it.
Kind of like Steve Scrose, going from what he's done before to We Stand on
what
Guard.
We Stand on Guard, yeah. It's a different style that he has on this and what he did with Moon Knight.
Yeah. Still great stuff.
Still good.
And it really draws you into the atmosphere and scenario, so I'm really digging that. Also, another one that we both really dig, Star number 4 hits this week. Blood and sausages. Kitchen battle, culinary mayhem, starve. I love it, guy. I've been behind on reading some stuff. Got caught up on this. This is a fantastic series. This is probably the best stuff, or my favorite stuff I've read from Brian Wood. I haven't read his entire catalog of stuff. I know he's other stuff out there, but I'm really immersed in this. So you guys should check it out. It's really good.
I mean, it's up there with his best stuff. Definitely.
It is about the cooking competition stuff. But it is about so much more, and the character is someone that you really want to find out and know more about.
Right.
And that last issue, number 3, where he gets to get in touch with his daughter again, was really good, really good. So
complex characters already for the short amount of time they've had the story going.
Yes, exactly. So guys, there we go. Those are some of our favorites. Tell us your favorites down below in the comments. We want to know what you're most looking forward to this week, what you're digging. Of course, I'm looking forward to some of the other storyline stuff that's coming out as well. Yes, exactly. So there we go. And guys, you know what time it is. It's time for our question of the week. No winner announced this week because Chris, aka me, is behind on delivering to my good people here. So sorry about that, guys. Between work and other things going on, I am behind. I'm not going to get behind anymore. I'm going to get caught up. We'll start announcing new winners starting next week. Please don't hate me too much. Moving on to our question of the week. There have been some changes here recently.
Yeah, important changes.
Big changes.
Changes that I don't know we can say right now might affect comics as we know it for Marvel.
No?
Just because now that Disney is in total control of creativity with the Marvel movies, does that mean they're going to dictate and say this needs to be here, or does that give more autonomy for Marvel to do their thing and let Disney just have at it?
Yeah.
We'll see. What we're talking about is the announcement that Marvel, the
Creative Committee?
Creative Committee, which was composed of Brian Bendis, Joe Quesada, and there was a third person.
There was a third person. Was it Dan Buckley?
Dan Buckley. They are no more. That committee has been dissolved. So, it is now Kevin Feige?
Sure.
Feige, Phage. Yeah, a couple different ways. He is now reporting directly to Disney's top dog. So that is it. And Marvel Studios is now in his hands to go in the direction they're going. So our question is
simply this. What do you think of the creative changes at Marvel Studios?
Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Now, you have to think about this. Early on, with these people who have been at the helm, you have had success with the direction of characters that were, in all honesty, B-list characters.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
They were not their top producing characters at Marvel Comics. If they had been when Marvel went bankrupt, they would be at Fox or Sony right now.
Right, exactly.
So they were there with what they had to work with. They worked with that. They made their movies. Now, on the other hand, those guys, apparently their input and their nitpicking were what led to Edgar Wright leaving Ant-Man, supposedly. So there's been some good, there's been some bad from that committee. There's a lot of notes that they put into things, and a lot of times the notes just aren't even followed.
Right.
So they said that wasn't necessary at this point. So now it rests on pretty much one man.
See, I hope that's not. I mean, I hope he respects the process enough to still have a board or a committee that he consults with. But ultimately, I mean, I guess technically it could be just down to one guy. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see why he can't call them up and be like, "Hey, Brian, what would you have me do in this situation?" kind of thing. Or we're stumped here. Let's bring them in. Because, I mean, when they were doing the Guardians, they brought in Abnett and Lanning to help out. But they're not the committee.
Right, exactly.
So it's one of those things where I think he's more than capable of still producing quality entertainment, be it in the form of the Netflix shows, the ABC shows, or the movies there. I think that he is going to... I don't think you have to worry that we're suddenly going to have a Sony situation with Spider-Man, or you're going to have a Fantastic Four situation. I don't think you're going to have that, because I think he understands Marvel Comics, and there's a love there for it, because look at what he's produced.
Right,
so far.
exactly. And I don't know. I don't know if you saw the story about how with these supposed failure, quote unquote, of Age of Ultron, that was something that Kevin was able to use to kind of leverage getting out from underneath Ike Perlmutter to go directly to Disney, because Age of Ultron was a huge success. There's no doubt about that. But as far as Disney was concerned, it should have been more of a success.
Yeah.
And there were numbers that weren't reached and stuff, and that was kind of some leverage that Kevin was able to use to come out from under that umbrella and go under Disney.
It's a false failure.
Because
that's one of those things, Comic Shop Chris, not you, has mentioned already, people are concerned that they're giving this number out for Star Wars, saying this is what it is. And if Star Wars comes out and opening, domestically makes, let's just throw a number, 600 million.
Right.
And they're going, it should have been $1 billion.
Right.
Then it's going to be considered a failure. And that's not a failure. So Age of Ultron was not a failure money-wise.
No.
But they, it's the greedy little gremlins there all saying we want more that, I guess was their failure.
Yeah. So as far as Star Wars, I would not be surprised if it does $1 billion weekend.
I don't know. It's not going to do that domestically.
No.
That is statistically impossible to have happen.
Right.
That would be every person in America going to the theaters, like from opening to closing time, to have that happen. I think that's an unrealistic number. But worldwide, opening weekends worldwide, that may be more within reach.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, so guys, these are the big changes. This is a big change at Marvel Studios. This determines the Phase 3 and Phase 4.
Yeah.
They've already. I'm sure that I know that they've already started with some of that. I know that some of this stuff with the Age of Ultron stuff was an issue for Disney. Some stuff with Captain America: Civil War was even mentioned as well. So hopefully this, it won't affect, because I'm so looking forward to Civil War. Hopefully it won't affect it drastically. But these are some changes. So what do you think?
Yeah, be you, a neckbeard, a mouth breather, a troll, a true believer, just a fan of the genre, whatever, if you're the evil type, if you're the that wants to freak out at this announcement, or if you just, whatever it is, I don't know, because we know that some of our listeners out there have to be the people who like to antagonize everybody. I mean, I even do that sometimes. Lord knows you do that too. Come
I
on,
do
we
too, yeah.
all
We
do
have some
that.
fun with it.
But do you feel like this is going to be a good thing, bad thing, unaffected thing? You know, what's going to happen with that?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell us below. We want to know. Let's have some fun with that. Make a discussion out of it. See where we're going to go with that, because I think it's going to be some big changes, and let's hope they're good ones. So, guys, there we go. That's this week's episode. Tons of great stuff to check out. Tell us your storylines you're checking out, the favorites. Tell us your answer to the question of the week. We want to know what you're thinking about those big changes that are going to be happening with Marvel Studios as it affects some of our favorite characters on the big screen.
Yeah.
So, guys, there we go. That's a wrap for this week. Anything else to add, Randy?
That's going to be it.
Guys, we are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Texarkana, Texas. Don't forget, you can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com. Until next time, take care, read some great comics, leave a fantastic comment down below, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.